Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. Is your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief AP Gaines here. And yes, I know it's been a while since I've seen all of you guys. It is finals week. It has been quite hectic. I have finals and the championship for my track season all wrapped into one fantastic week. So we're going to get through this video. It's currently the middle of the night, but we have lights on, so you're not going to notice. We're going to talk about 5 Zetas, especially for you early and mid-game players who maybe don't know where to allocate all of your Zetas, that are going to be game changers. They're going to be team changers. There's Zetas that completely revolutionize the way in which you use teams or teams are used in Grand Arena. This can be anything from something that changes a mechanic of a team, something that is just wildly spectacular. Some of them might be no-brainers to you if you've been playing for years. Some of you guys are just starting off. You got free-to-play accounts. There's a new free-to-play update, and you guys want to know what Zetas can change the game. Really quickly before we get into this video, if you like all of this stuff, all of these videos, consider subscribing. If that's not something you're interested in, don't worry too much. It's not the end of the day. We are trying to get 5,000 subscribers by the end of May. All right, right off the bat, no-brainer. I'm not going to spend too much time. 99.9% of you understand Merciless Massacre is the best Zeta in the game, especially the best free-to-play Zeta. For the minute number of you guys that don't understand how it works, basically it just allows you to attack everyone, and if you make Vader your most powerful, like you should, he can delete teams, entire teams by himself. Next up, one that is kind of fallen to the back burner, especially with all of these new updates in terms of farming guides and other things to the early free-to-play game, is the Zeta on Jolie. That looks pretty bad. Revive all defeated Jedi allies at 80% health with crit immunity for 5 turns. This revolutionizes how you can use your Jedi, and not only how you can use them, but what Jedi you can use. Oftentimes you use Bastila Shan lead. That's obviously your best Galactic Wars, Squad Arena, GAC team for basically up until level 85, especially in that Division 11 area. It's going to be your best team by far, excluding Vader, Merciless Massacre, Relic, all that sort of jazz. It's going to be your best team, and it's because not only we have the protection up from Bastila Shan's leadership Zeta, not necessarily great use of resources early game, but Jolie's Zeta allows you to bring people back. So if you're in those longer term battles, you can actually stick them through with Jolie under a Bastila Shan team later as we progress into the game. If you have a Jedi Knight Revan team, it's obviously fantastic. We can use him against Relic out, Relic 7, Relic 8, General Grievous teams that are going to be deleting people left, right, and center. Allowing that revive is definitely fantastic because it can save you some banners. It can even save you some games. I mean, maybe you're not worried about getting banners, but you got a full clear in one shot. All your Jedi are dropping left, right, and center. Jolie brings them all back. He's fantastic. He's number 2 on our list. Number 3, a lot of people don't realize how fantastic this Chewbacca Zeta is. Most people are like, hey man, and yes, I've done a poll. I don't know why, but people are like, we got to get the Han Solo Zeta first over the Chewbacca Zeta. That's nonsense. Chewbacca Zeta allows health to become, it's not this one. This one, I don't even know why I have, adds immune to ability block and cooldown increase. It's nice to have, but this loyal friend right here, when Chewbacca deals damage to an enemy, Chewbacca and all guarded allies recover 3% health and 3% protection. The reason this is so fantastic is because you're most likely going to use a Chewbacca early game in a 3-man CLS team with CLS, Han Solo, and Chewbacca, which means him and all of the allies are going to be guarded, which means when he does an attack, he deals damage, everyone is getting health and protection back. Now, the reason this is fantastic is because not only you can go in undersize, but you can go in undersize and basically guarantee, if you have your choice of battles, that you're going to be getting those 62 banners every single time, and 62 consistent banners from Division 11 all the way up to, like, honestly, like, with the new updates, like Division 4, or is it like 3 million GP? If you can dictate the terms in which you can get maximum and even more than maximum banners, you're in a fantastic spot, especially in a game where it's all about defensively stripping away banners, offensively being as efficient as possible. This changes the CLS team entirely and makes it one of the best teams in the game for the rest of time. And I need people to get this Zeta a little bit sooner than the beginning. I've been seeing a lot of players who have their full CLS squad. They've been following the AP Gains improved strategy, and they don't necessarily have this Chewbacca Zeta as soon as they should. Definitely a Zeta that you should pick up. Game changer, team changer, absolutely fantastic. In a similar light, we're actually going to go here and Bosk. Now, this is one that I've seen fall to the back burners a lot recently, And I can never figure out why, because obviously the leadership Zeta, whenever an enemy suffers a debuff or resists, bounty hunter allies recover health and protection. Now this goes away when you progress into the late game. People are all about the Aura Sing lead, and the Aura Sing lead is fantastic if you're one of those late game players. But for most of you guys, you're not going to be a late game player until you're a late game player. So until that moment, we need to figure out ways to maximize our team's efficiency, both offensively and defensively. And Bosk's leadership Zeta does just that. The recovery is fantastic, especially because, well, in the past it was, stupendously amazing, because your core free-to-play early and mid-game bounty hunter team was Bosk, Boba, Django, Dangar, and then Cam or Zam Wessel, or, teams, other fifth characters that can go in there and do damage. Now that we have the mass assist and recovery and retribution from Grief, now that he's accelerated rate, and Mando's ability to, absolutely delete people and call in assists, we can get that contract up super fast with Bosk, which gives him utility. But what makes him a game changer is all of that recovery. We can again go in undersized, even similar to the CLS team, or even with full 5 going up against and punching up against a stronger team. We get our turn meter. We get our turn meter going if you have Mando. You get all of your mass assists, 3 Mandalorian bounty hunters. Well, I guess technically 2, because they don't count Boba, but 3 with the bounty hunters resolve. They can go around taunts and stuff like that. So we can go after that. His contract is fantastic. We can go after that contract, get that contract up, get the execution out from Mando. But more importantly, as the later stages of the event go on, we can recover and get max health and protection going into the end of the battle to come out with good banners. And even if we're territory wars, territory battle situation, we can keep that constant recovery going on so that we can, have longevity in the team. This is one of the best early and mid-game free-to-play, well, I guess, not even free-to-play, even if you whale on him, he's still one of the best early and mid-game dark side territory battle teams, because he can punch up in the the dark side Geonosia's territory battles, because he has all of that recovery with Boba and Grief. Grief can't go in, but with Boba, Django, and Dangar with all the bombs and stuff like that. So he is the 4th on our list for the game-changing Zetas. 5th is going to be no surprise to any of you if you have any clue how the game has been going recently. But the Traya leadership Zeta, I'm not going to read all this. Basically, things kill themselves when they attack out of turn. You use this a lot when you go against Geonosians, especially early game. Now, because of the Merciless Massacre, this has gone, not utilized as much as it used to, because now Vader can solo Geonosians. But the thing is, Vader can solo a lot of stuff. And while Trey is also a fantastic Padme counter, sometimes you need to save that Vader. You don't got enough offensive squads. Your opponent set a hard defense. And you can't really, justify using Trey against a different team as opposed to Geonosians and then throwing Vader against Geonosians. So you have to throw, you have to throw that Trey in against Geonosians so that you can save that Vader to solo or even be used in a full squad somewhere else. Now, this gives us not only versatility, flexibility in terms of Grand Arena, but if you can get Traya quickly, which, it's not that hard, you just got to get into a guild that does raids. If you're looking for a place to get a guild, obviously hop in my Discord. The link is in the description. We have guild recruitment, and, make some friends. Reach out, find a good guild for you. Get your raid characters early. Get your light side, dark side, Geonosia's territory battles going on. Get your negotiators, your malevolences. Be a better player. But Traya just gives you that flexibility to go around and use your roster, especially if you're following the AP Gains Pure strategy, the best farming guide strategy in the entire game. It allows you that versatility to mix and match. I know how to speak English. Sorry, it's very late. I'm very tired from school and track. Bear with me. It allows you to mix and match teams against your opponent's defense, depending on what they set. Maybe they didn't set Geos. You use Traya with the Traya counter against Padme, and you can save that Jedi Knight Revan to go against Grievous, or you throw in that Vader against Geos, and you have Traya to go against like a random Ewok team or something like that. It just allows you to have that versatility. So these are the 5 early to mid game, free to play, game-changing Zetas that absolutely you need to have, especially if you didn't realize what all these Zetas did. It gives you an edge over your opponent. Thank you for watching, as always. I love you guys. It's time to go to sleep, boys. I'll see you later.